I'm starting the class recording, so if you have any questions, remember that we are here in unit number 3. We're about to finish. This is favorite people unit. We cover lesson 8, talk about celebrities using possessive adjectives like my, your, his, her, our, and their. We can talk now about our favorite people. Then in lesson B, we talk about people's personality with adjectives to describe only personality using the question with the word like to ask about personalities. Like is a word that is helping us to make the question about people. How is he like? What is she like? What are you like? To tell about personality. And also we cover a little bit about yes/no questions with the verb be. We have seen that a lot and we are practicing day by day. And we are in lesson C. We learned yesterday about some vocabulary for family. We learned how to name family members. There are more words for family, but in this case is only the nuclear family, including the words for uncle, aunt, and cousin. And we are going to learn today something about the numbers. And in lesson D, we are going to cover some conversation strategies to show to show that we are interested in a conversation with words that can express interest or surprise. Carolina is joining the class. Hello, Carolina. It's nice to have you here.
Hello, teacher.
So we are just making a beginning of the class. This is favorite people, lesson A. We use possessive adjectives to describe celebrities. We learn some adjectives to describe people. Let's go and show a little bit of that. Right here, we cover this with singular nouns using apostrophe s. This is the possessive noun because we use names or the names of people or names of items. For example, here, Angie's house, meaning that the house belongs to Angie. The dog's bone, meaning that the bone belongs to the dog. Or my friend's bike, meaning that the bike belongs to my friend. With the apostrophe s, these are singular nouns. That's why we add an apostrophe and the s. We also learn about plural nouns that ends in an s. For example, parents, meaning the two of them, mom and dad. So you need permission of your parents permission. The permission belongs to the parents. Here we have two dogs, so it's a plural word, dogs, meaning that the bones here belongs to the dogs. And also, in this case, my friends, plural, more than one friend. The house belongs to my friends. Oh, this house is a description. My friend's house is big. The house belongs to my friends. So these are plural nouns ending in an s, so we only write down the apostrophe. And also for names that end in an s, for example, James, we add the apostrophe only. Some books, some grammar books tell us that you can add apostrophe s, but in this case, we are only going to use the apostrophe. Just the apostrophe, not that we are going to use apostrophe s like this. It says both forms are correct. Yes, I believe them. You can use this, but in general, it's much more common to use only the apostrophe. It's not necessary to write apostrophe s. It is correct. It's easier only to write the apostrophe. In this case, James is the owner of this dog, so this is the dog is James' dog, so the dog belongs to James. In this case, we can use Luis or Carlos or any other name that ends in an S. So you just add the apostrophe to show possession. These are possessive adjectives to show also possession, to talk about anything else, my family, my friend, your book, his pillow, his friend, his class, her class, our teacher. You use this also to show possession. They describe the possession of something, maybe an item, maybe a person, maybe a relationship. Here we learn also a lot of words to describe people: cheeky, burlón, clumsy, descuidado, energetic, friendly, greedy, likes money, hardworking, impatient, and so on, only to describe people, people's personality with this question or with this set of questions. What is he like? What is she like? What is your boss like, a third person? What is your friend like? Or what is your history teacher like, or your English teacher like? So you are asking here about the personality. Like is a word that has many uses, not only to show that you have a preference. For example, I like Coca-Cola, I like tortillas. In this case, we are using the verb be in combination with like to show or to ask about personality. In this case, what are you like? You can say about yourself to describe your own personality. This is what we saw, and also we cover a little bit about the simple present tense with negative statements and also answers. In this case, with questions, we switch the position of the verb be. The position of the verb be now goes in the first place before the noun. Here, are they instead of they are. They are is affirmative, but in order to create a question, we switch the position of are in the first place. So are is in the first position, and they, the subject, now is in the second position to ask a question. We don't say they are happy. No, we don't ask like that. We ask, are they happy? And we have two ways to answer: affirmative or negative. Yes, they are. No, they aren't. She is rich. If you want to create a question, we move is to the first position and she at the second position. She, or the name of the person in this case. And the answer is affirmative: yes, she is, or no, she isn't. And also we learn about the constructions. There are many ways to answer. Affirmative: yes, I am. Yes, they do. Yes, he is. Yes, she is. Yes, we are. They have no contractions. But negatives, yes. In this case, I am not. The only contraction, I'm not. For he is not, we can contract it like he's not, or he isn't. You are not, you're not, or you aren't. We are not, we're not, or we aren't. They mean the same. They mean no. All of these answers means no. It's a negative answer. They are not, they're not, or they aren't. So they mean the same. You can answer in one of these three ways and it will be a correct answer if it's negative. If it's affirmative, you say yes. Yes, I am. Yes, you are. Yes, he is. Yes, she is. Yes, we are. Yes, you are. Yes, they are. They have no contractions. Okay, now if you don't have any questions, we are going to move on for the next topic. Or we are in the topic about family, remember? We learn vocabulary words about family. So let me ask you something here. In the case of, I don't know, Fatima. Fatima, how do you say abuelo? Remember?
Grandpa.
How do you say abuela, Carolina?
Por parte de mi mamá, María de Jesús.
Okay, but how do you say the word abuela in English?
Grandma.
Grandma or grandmother. Very good. How do you say abuelos in general, Fatima?
Grandparents.
Grandparents. I don't know if Francisco can speak now. He told me he cannot able to speak. But if
I
you
can
can,
speak now.
oh, very good, Francisco. How do you say padres in general?
Parents.
Parents. How do you say mamá, Fatima?
Mother or mom.
Exactly. Carolina, how do you say papá?
Father.
Father. Esposo. Who says, how do you say esposo in English?
Husband.
Husband. How do you say esposa?
Wife.
Wife. Hermano.
Brother.
Hermana.
Sister.
Sister.
Hermanos in general.
Brothers.
Sibling.
Be careful,
Siblings.
Carolina. The correct word is siblings. Yes, because if we say hermanos, brothers, meaning that they are all masculine, they are male. If we say sisters, they are female. But siblings,
A sibling.
this siblings is the word for brothers and sisters in general. For example, in my case, I have 3 siblings, 2 brothers and 1 sister. My older brother, Ivan, then my younger brother, Marcos, and my sister, Patricia. If I say I have 3 brothers, Patricia is a man now. If I say I have 3 sisters, Marcos and Ivan are women now. But I have 3 siblings, 2 brothers, 1 sister. And how do you say primo?
Cousin.
Prima?
Cousin.
Cocina. No, just cousin. That is correct, yes. Cousin. How do you say tío?
Uncle.
Uncle, tía.
Aunt.
Okay, so I don't know if you remember about Erika Rivera's family tree. This is where we are here. She is Erika Rivera. And we have some questions here for you about Erika Rivera's family. So, for example, this is Erika Rivera. The first question was, who's Carlos Rivera? The answer here, he's Erika's father. So now let me ask you, I don't know who wants to answer, but who is Jessica Brown? Who is Jessica Brown? Or who's Jessica Brown?
She's Erica's aunt.
Erika's aunt. Perfect. Thank you, Francisco. Fatima, who's Emily Brown?
She's Eric. She's Erica's cousin.
She's Erika's cousin. Very good. Carolina, can you help me about Angela Valdez? Who is Angela Valdez?
She Erica's grandmother.
Exactly. She's Erika's grandmother. Thank you. Okay, very good, guys. So we are going to continue with part C in this lesson, and we are going to review numbers from 10 to 101. So let me play the track here so you can listen to the numbers. Okay, you have to listen to them and then say the numbers. Let me know if you can hear the track, please. Here it goes.
Page 26. 1.
Can you hear it?
Yes.
Thank you.
Building vocabulary. C. Listen and say the numbers.
Listen and say the numbers, please.
10,
Everybody,
11,
please open your microphones and say the numbers. We are going to practice a little bit. Thank you, thank you. Okay, 10, everybody. 10, 11,
11,
12,
12,
12.
12,
13,
13,
13.
14,
14.
14,
15,
15,
16,
16,
16.
17,
17,
17.
18,
18,
18,
19,
19,
19,
20,
20,
21,
21,
21,
22,
22,
22,
23,
23,
23,
24,
24,
24,
25,
25,
25,
26,
26,
26,
27,
27,
28,
28,
28,
29,
29,
29,
30,
30,
40,
40,
40,
50,
50,
50,
60,
60,
70,
70,
70,
80,
80,
80,
90,
90,
100,
100,
100,
101,
101. Okay, these are the numbers. Yes, yes, any questions, Fatima?
En 101 no es 101, o bueno, así al menos ahí me dijera.
Yes, that is correct. There are many ways to say the numbers, Fatima, and it's a good observation. You can also say 100, 1, and that will be correct. Yes, there are these two forms, these two ways are correct. So you can say 101 or just simply say 101 and that will be correct. Okay? Okay, Fatima? Thank you. Let me show you something here. Very important for you. These numbers have some differences. In this case, 13 sounds with this termination, with this ending, and 30 or 30 sounds with this. So it's very important for you to remember the sound, because sometimes we have a confusion about these ways to pronunciate the number. So for example, right here, can you say this number, please? Everybody?
13,
13. So, and what about this number?
30,
80,
80. What about this number?
50,
50,
50.
40,
14,
14.
14, 60,
60.
60,
90, 19,
19.
19,
18,
18.
17,
17,
17.
70,
70.
30,
30,
30.
50, 15, 15,
15.
16,
16. That is correct. So we need to be careful with the numbers, because the numbers sounds different, especially when you are saying or answering about your age. Imagine that you say, oh, I am, how old are you, Fatima? Sorry that I ask you, how old are you?
17,
You're 17. Okay, imagine if you say 70. So you are like a abuelita now. You will be a grandmother. If you say 70, you have to say 17. Okay? So we have to be careful. Imagine if somebody is 15 years old in the high school. So they ask you, oh, how old are you? And he says, I am 50. Oh, 50 in high school. No, no, no. 15. That is the correct pronunciation. So we have to be very careful to pronunciate these numbers, especially because all of these, starting from 13 to 19, they are with this ending, teen. Okay, so have that in mind so you can answer correct. In this case, 30, 40, there is no problem if you are older. Now, one more thing that I want to point out is the sound of this number. Yes, Fatima.
En el caso de la pregunta de how are you, se contesta I am o I have.
I am. We are going to go in that direction. Yes, I am. Thank you, Fatima. So let me just point out this number here. Can you repeat that number for me, please? This one here. What is this number?
20.
20.
20. Okay, can you repeat that, Francisco?
20.
20. Can you repeat that, Carolina?
20.
No, the other
20.
one.
20.
Exactly. Sometimes we say 20 or sometimes we say 20, especially with this number. Both ways are correct. Some people say 20. Some people say 20. There is no problem in that pronunciation. Also, in this one, 30, 40, 50, 60, sometimes the T gets a little bit down and becomes an R. So the T loses power and it's not sounds like T. Sometimes sounds like a little R. For example, 30. Some people say 30. Some people say 30. And the T sounds like an R. So 30, 40, 50. 50 it sounds like a T. 60, 70, 80, especially in these two numbers, 30 and 40. You can say 30, or you can say 30, or you can say 40, or you can say 40, and there is no change. Well, that will be no problem. It's the same number. I don't know if that explanation it's okay for you. There is no problem saying 30 or 30, 40 or 40. Also in the case of 20, 20, 21 or 21. 25, 25. It's the same. Are we okay in that?
Okay, teacher.
Yes, it's a matter of pronunciation, and sometimes also, let me show you about this number. It's the same for all of them. Can you repeat the number with me? 16.
16.
16.
We say like this, 16, and the teen goes up a little bit. So you can hear 16, 17, 18, 19. The ending goes up a little bit. But in some places, I mean in the United States or in other countries that speak English, they change a little bit. Instead of saying 16, they say like this. Let me erase this one here. Let me show you how they say. They say 16, 17. So it goes down a little bit. 14, 13, 15. So it's a slight difference, a little different, but there is no problem. Both ways are correct. You can say 13 or you can say 13. You can say 14 or you can say 14. It's the same. Okay? Because sometimes you will hear like that. Two different types of pronunciation. Up to here, if you have a questions, you can tell me now. Any questions, guys?
Teacher, ¿cómo se pronunciaría la palabra 77? 17,
77. That's a good question. Yeah, for example, how do you say 31?
31.
31. How do you say 65?
65.
65. How do you say 99?
99.
99. How do you say 150?
100.
You can say 150 or a 150. Well, a 100 is not okay. You say
Profe, se le agrega,
150.
o sea,
Uh-huh.
se dice, por ejemplo, bueno, ahí en el libro viene escrito como 101, porque se lee como cientos, ¿no? O sea, se lee como de cientos,
Exactly.
por eso es el A.
In this case, it's 1, yes. But it's not very common to say 150. You say 150 when you use the a. 150. If you lose the a, you say 150 or 150. But in this case, in these cases, it will be correct to say both ways, 150 or 150, or only 150, $150, 150 pesos. That will be correct.
No está ahí, pero una duda que tengo.
Sure.
Si yo tengo el número 200, sería 2000.
Two? No, you use
200.
this 200. Exactly. Let me write it down. In his, you just add the 2 or the name of the number, and 100 means cientos. So in this case, 200, literally, 200. In Spanish, we say 200. In English, 200. What about 4?
400.
400. What about 6?
600.
600. 7.
700.
What about this number, guys? Starts
895.
exactly. It starts with the hundreds. 895. Well, they have more numbers. What about this number?
999.
999. And what about this beautiful number here?
1000.
Exactly. In this case, 1000. And 1000 is los millares, thousands. So if you add 1000 plus 1000, how many thousands do you have? Or 1000 times 2 equals what?
2000.
2000, exactly. So you say the numbers. I don't know if you have any more questions about these numbers. It's a matter of practice also. No questions? Let me know. Thank you,
Siempre
Fatima.
le tiene que poner, por ejemplo, el 999, que sería
100.
900, 19, 9, guión entre 19, guión 9 o no.
No, not necessary.
¿No?
No,
Más separarlo.
no. You say 999 and that's it.
Thank you, teacher.
You're welcome. If it's like this one, let me add some. For example, 1000 plus 45. What is the outcome? What is the result? Or equals what? 1000 plus 45. What is the result, Francisco, Fatima? You have 1000 plus 45.
1045.
1045. Could be pesos, could be dollars, could be people. 1045. And so on. Many numbers. They are infinite. So now let's go to the question that as Fatima was asking about. It says in part D, student A, tell your partner the names and ages of your family members. For example, here it says, my mother's name is Sandra. She's 55. Okay? Student A says this. Oh, student B says, is your mother's name Sandra? Yes, it is. And she is only saying the age. In this case, age means la edad. So, for example, can you tell me your age, Francisco?
Perdón, teacher, no lo escuché.
No problem. Can you tell me your age?
Yes. I am 20 years old.
Okay. My student is Francisco.
Pero póngale 15 mejor.
Okay. My student is Francisco. He is 15 years old. Because he told me. I believe him. Years old is necessary that go together. You cannot say he is 15 years. No, it's incorrect. You cannot say he is 15 old. No, you have to say he is 15 years old. Okay? It's necessary that all these phrases go together. He's 15 years old. Or you can only say the age without years old. You can say he's 15 and that will be correct. Okay? So Francisco is 15. Well, in this case, my student is Francisco was the sentence. Let me correct here. Okay, my student is Francisco. He's 15. So, what about your family, Francisco? Can you say something about your, I don't know, your brother or your sister? You told us that you have a sister, right?
Yes.
What's her name?
Dana and
Dana.
Tanya.
Okay. Dana, you can talk about Dana. You say, my mother? No, you. My what?
My sister.
My sister. My sister's name is.
Okay, my sister's name is Dana. She's 16.
She's 16
years old.
Very good. You can say years old together or just 16. That will be correct. What about you, Fatima? You don't have brothers or sisters, right?
Yes.
Oh, do you have brothers?
Yes, I have.
Okay. Tell me about your brother.
My brother's name is Sebastián.
Sebastián.
Se me olvidó su nombre. He's ¿cuántos años tiene? 7.
He's 7. Okay, he's 7. Very good. He's 7 years old. Correct. What about you, Carolina? Do you have sisters or brothers?
I have a brother.
Mm-hmm.
My brother's name is Carlos.
Carlos?
He's 28.
He's 28. You see, you can say the age of the people around you, maybe your mother, your sister. If you know the age of your uncle, your aunt, I don't know. Sometimes we don't know that information. Okay, let's go ahead. In part 2, it says build the language. Here we have two people. They are having a conversation. They are talkative. Where do you think they are? ¿Dónde creen que están? Where do you think they are?
Sala de su house.
Maybe in the living room. We have two names, Padma and we have Erika. Who do you think is Padma? Who is Erika? Is she Padma? Is she Erika? Let's listen to the conversation. Okay? Please pay attention. Follow the conversation here in the script. And we are going to go by the conversation. Here goes.
Page 27. 2. Building language. A. Listen. How old are Erica's grandparents?
So, who's this? My grandma. And this is my grandpa. He's a nice man. He's 78 now.
Really? And how old is your grandmother?
She's 72.
She's very pretty. What's her name?
Angela.
That's a nice name. So, where are your grandparents from originally?
They're from Texas.
Page 27. 3. Grammar.
Okay. So you see, now who's Erika? Who's Padma? Is she Padma?
Yes.
Yes. And this is Erika then. Very good. She's asking and pointing out the person she's asking for. Check out the question. Who's this? This is used also for a person. Remember, we use this to talk about the cell phone? Yes.
¿Qué es lo que estaba preguntando? Es que escuché que decía Erika y después preguntaba algo después de Erika, pero no entendía. O sea, alcanzaba a percibir que decía Batman.
Padma. Padma is the name of the lady
Padma,
here.
Padma.
Padma. Don't
Sorry,
worry.
sorry.
And she is Erika. Padma is asking questions to Erika about Erika's family. So she's asking here, who's this? She's using this to talk about a person. It's not disrespectful. It's okay to say this. Who's this? Oh, my brother. In a picture, maybe. You have a picture in your cell phone and you show the picture. Who's this? It's okay. It's for a person. You can use that too for a person. Okay, so Padma is asking, who's this? My grandma. And this is my grandpa. So these are the grandparents. He's a nice man. He's 78 now. How old is Erika's grandfather? Fatima, Francisco, Carolina, how old is Erika's grandfather? This is the question. Exactly. How old? This question is to ask about the age. Okay? It's about asking the person's age. How old is Erika's grandfather? And you say the answer. What is the answer, Fatima?
He's 78.
He's 78. You see, she is not saying he has 78. No, that is incorrect. She's not saying she or he has. We don't use has to say the age. It's incorrect. We use the verb be. Okay? I don't know. Okay, here is the. We use the verb be to say the age. So instead of saying has, we say he is. He is 78. That's why here's a contraction. So whenever you ask or say your age, you use the verb be. I am, you are, he is, she is, they are. Let's continue with the conversation. And it says, really? And how old is your grandmother? Again, the question, how? How old? Yes, Fatima.
¿Se puede decir years old al decir la edad?
Like this one, yes, he is 78 years old, or he is 78. That is correct. Is that the question?
Yes.
Okay, yes, you can avoid saying years old. It's okay. You can say years old, two words together, or you can not say these two words. So in this case, for example, as I write it here, as I wrote here, he is 78 years old. That's the complete answer. This is correct. Or you cannot only say he is 78 and that's it. Okay? Okay, Fatima? Carolina?
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome. Carolina,
Podría
Francisco?
ser- podría ser he have,
No,
¿no? Have.
no. Have is used for I, you, we, they. Has for he and she. Is the same word. It's just a matter of we don't use have to talk about age. We use the verb be.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Yes, yes. Any questions, my dear Francisco? Look at here.
Todo bien, gracias.
Exactly here. And how old is your grandmother? She is or she's 72. Again, the verb be. And she's very pretty. What's her name? Angela, and so on. So that's nice. That's a nice name. Here we have another question. You see, how is used to talk about characteristics or I don't know how to describe something, how to ask for characteristics of people. In this case, the characteristic is the age, how old. Now here, where is used to ask about what? Tell me please, you know this. Where is used to ask about
¿Dónde?
that's the translation, yes. When you ask donde or where, you ask about what? You ask about places. So where is used to talk about places. For example, where are you now, Fatima? In Acapulco. Where are you now, Carolina? In Acapulco? Okay. Where are you now, Francisco?
I'm from Acapulco.
In Acapulco. Where are you now? Where am I? I am in Querétaro. So the question here is, where are your grandparents from originally? They're from Texas. So this conversation is a very good conversation. She's asking about the age of the grandmother and grandfather, and now where is the location of them. Now, in part B, now you have to complete the questions. I don't know if you have any questions up to here. To complete the questions, you need to use the conversation here. So, for example, who ask about people? Who is used to talk about people only? Who are you? Who is used to ask about people? Not animals, not places, not general information. Who ask about people? So, who's the man in the photo? That's the complete answer. Sorry, the complete question. With this one, his wife's name. Remember the questions for general information? What is the correct question here? Where? Who? How? Do you remember the first question we learned?
Okay.
How?
Excuse me? Again? How's wife's name?
Yes.
Let me help you. Let me help you. What?
What is
What is his wife's name? She's asking for information about the name. Now, number 3. Erica's grandparents. 70, 75. How do we complete this question?
Where?
Where is asking for
No.
places, location. Who? Who ask about people? Who is he? Who is she? What is the question to ask about the age?
How?
Exactly. With the complete phrase. How old, in this case, are, because we are talking about two grandparents. If you ask about one person's age, how old is he? For example, Fatima. How old is Francisco? How old is Francisco? How old is he? Remember?
He's 20.
He's 20. Yo, Francisco, sorry. Okay, and Fatima, how old are you, Fatima?
I am 17.
17. Carolina. Carolina. How old are Fatima and Francisco?
Fatima
Mm-hmm.
is 17
Very good.
and Francisco
Is
16.
15 or 20 is okay. But you see, I ask how old is for one person, how old is Erika, how old is Francisco, how old is Fatima, and how old are when I ask for two or more. How old are Francisco and Fatima? How old are Andrés Manuel López Obrador and Felipe Calderón? How old are two or more? And here, last question, number 4. They're
Where
from where are? Thank you, Francisco. Yes, here she's asking for places. Where are they from originally? Yes, Fatima.
En el caso de que se pregunte la edad de dos personas, ¿cómo se contesta?
For example, how old are Erica's parents? If we know the age, we can answer like this. They are, for example, 50 and 55. You can say the names or you can only say the age, okay? Like Carolina did. Carolina said, Fatima 17, Francisco is 15. But she could only say, oh, they are 17 and 20 or 15. The same order of the question.
Ok, gracias.
You're welcome, Fatima. And you can see here, these are the questions that we are using today. Who, what, how old, or where are. I want you to remember that we saw some of the questions and we are going to look at them today. These are WH questions or also information questions because they ask for information. It's not only yes or no. We need to know about the question, the information. For example, what? This is the first question. What asks for a specific thing or object? What's the matter? What time is it? Remember information questions for personal information? What is your name? What is your email address? What is your cell phone number? What? Ask for general information. Okay? Do you remember another question? Let me show you. What about who? Who? Ask about a person. To identify someone, maybe in a picture, maybe that you are looking him and you don't recognize him or her. Who's that? Who's she? Who's he? Somebody at the door. Who's there? You don't know. You ask with who about a person. In this case, who is that woman? Okay, who? Ask about people. Where? Ask about a position or a place. Where do you live? Where are my boots? I don't know if you lose sometimes your cell phone. What is my cell phone? Where are the keys? Where do you go to work? Where? Ask about places. The next question, how? This is a very important question. How has many combinations. How? Ask about a way, a manner, form, or characteristics of things or maybe people. For example, how does it work? How does a computer work? I don't know, I just turn it on. How does the fan work? Well, you turn it on and it spins. How do you go to school? By car, by taxi, in a bicycle, maybe you walk. How do you go to school? How old are you? Remember the questions to say hello? How are you? How is it going? How do you do? You're asking for characteristics, manners, forms, or maybe the way something or somebody do something. How? Okay, what? Ask for general information. Who? Ask about people. Where? Ask about places. How? Ask about characteristics, ways, manners, or forms. And finally, with the combination of the word old, how old? Ask about your age. For example, how old is she? She is 21. How old are your brothers? 52 and 48. Any questions up to here? We are going to see the grammar in the book. You have it also there. You can also make a screenshot of this presentation if you want to. No questions up to here? Any questions? If not, let's go to the book.
Teacher, ¿cómo se puede traducir that's a nice name?
That's a nice name. From here. Thank you. That is, ese es, sí, that's a nice name, es un bonito nombre. Nice, bonito, bueno, that's a nice name. Okay. Here in the grammar, we have the information questions with be. Let me play you the track. Follow the explanation right here as the one I just did with what, who, where, how, and how old. Let me play the track for you, please.
Information questions with be. You.
How are you?
I'm fine.
Now you see, here is how to say hello. How are you? I'm fine.
Where are you from?
I'm from Florida.
Where are you from? We are involving the verb be. I'm in Florida. Where are you from? ¿De dónde eres?
How old are you?
I'm 23.
I am 23. No, I have. Okay, I am. We ask with the verb be. we answer with the verb be. Now, more questions for he, she, and it.
He, she, it.
Who's this?
It's my grandmother.
Who's this? You can ask who's this if you have a picture and you say you see the person. Who's this? My grandmother.
Where's she from?
She's from Texas.
Now here we are using is because for he, she, and it, the correct verb be is this one. Is. So where is he from? Where is she from? Where is it? What is it like? Let's continue.
What's she like?
What's she like?
She's very smart.
What's she like? She's very smart. Here she's asking for a description of the person. She's very smart. And now for they, and more questions.
They.
How are your parents?
They're fine. Thanks.
How are your parents? Your possessive adjective, parents, family. They are or they're fine, thanks.
Where are they today?
They're at home.
Where for location?
What are their names?
Their names are Linda and Carlos.
What are the names? Again, information, general information or personal information. What are their names? Their names are Linda and Carlos. Here is the grammar for this question. I don't know if you have a question with this. Remember, you have the presentation here. You can make a screenshot or here you have it in the book. In the next activity, you have to unscramble the question, meaning that the questions are scrambled, están revueltas, revolvidas. You have to put the words in order. For example, number 1, you are parents how? Question mark. The correct order, how are your parents? What is the correct order for number 2? Please help me.
What are your parents' names?
Exactly. What are your parents' names? I don't know. I'm not writing something. Okay. Your parents' names. My computer is kind of slow. Names. Question mark. What are your parents' names? So with that, we put the words in the correct order. So what is for number 3? What is the correct order? Can you help me, Fatima or Carolina?
How do is all father?
How is correct?
Your. How is.
Check the grammar.
How old?
Exactly. How old is
your father?
Exactly. How old is your father? That is correct. Question mark. It's very important not to forget to write down the question mark. What about number 4? This is for Fatima.
What's your mother like?
Exactly. What's your mother like? Oh, she's very regañona. My mother, she's very sweet. She's very pretty. All mothers are pretty. What's your mother like? Maybe the personality. Oh, she is very happy. She is very tidy. She is very, talkative. Number 5 is going to be for Francisco. Number 6 for Fatima. And number 7 for Carolina. I'm going to give you 1 minute to write the correct order of these questions, okay? Only 1 minute. Let me know when you're ready. Francisco is ready. Thank you, Francisco. Number 5, Francisco. What is the correct order?
Where's your mother today?
Where is your mother today? Because we have a party in your house. Porque tenemos una fiesta en tu casa. Nah, no es cierto. Where is your mother today? Fatima, do you have number 6?
Where are you from, grandparents?
Where are is correct.
From grandparents.
Look at this question. Where are
Your grandparents from?
exactly? Where are your grandparents from? Where are your grandparents from? Okay. That's the correct one. Question mark. Where are your grandparents from? Finally, Carolina, do you have number 6?
Yes, teacher. Who's your aunt favorite?
Who's your
Aunt favorite? Or favorite aunt?
exactly? Who's your favorite
Favorite aunt.
aunt? Who's your favorite aunt? Yes, in Spanish, favorite goes at the end. Tía favorita. In English, is before the favorite is an adjective. So adjective comes before nouns. Los adjetivos van antes del sustantivo. We're going to see something about that. So these are the correct questions. Thank you guys. Good job. Now, if I ask you about your family, can you answer and give me some descriptions of them? For example, ask me about my father. This very same question. Can you ask me this question, please?
What's your father like?
He's very outgoing, he's talkative, and he is very strict. That's my father. Okay. Now, if I ask you now, maybe to Francisco first. Francisco, what's your sister like?
She's lazy.
She's lazy, okay. Here are some adjectives to describe people. She's lazy. Fatima, what's your little brother like?
He's lazy.
Lazy too? Maybe he's shy? Maybe he's talkative? No?
Talkative.
Okay, he likes to talk. Energetic, he wants to do many things.
Yes.
Okay, Carolina, you say you have a brother, right? What's your brother like?
He's very intelligent and friendly.
He's very friendly and intelligent.
Very romantic.
And romantic, wow. Lucky girl he's going to have. Bate de una chica afortunada. If he's romantic. Now, WH questions. Don't forget about the WH questions. These are also known as information questions or interrogative terms and other names. But they ask for an specific information. Here, in general, you can ask addresses, telephone numbers, names, last names, schools, who, people, ask about people. Always ask about people. Where, always ask about locations, places. how characteristics, and how old always ask about age. How old is he? How old is she? How old are they? How old? Ask about age all the time. There are more combinations with how we are going to see about that in the next lessons. Lesson D, to finish this first block of units, conversation strategies. Number 1, we have a question. A songwriter. What is a songwriter? Songwriter. Okay. Song, what is song?
Canción.
Canción. What is writer? We saw what a writer is. Writer is
Escritor.
exactly. So a songwriter is un compositor. The person who writes songs. This is one strategy, to ask a question about the same topic. And the other strategy is use the word really to show surprise or to show interest. We are going to see about it. Here we have a conversation. Okay. Where are they? Where are Lucy and his friend and her friend? Where do you think they are? Francisco, Fatima, Carolina. Where are Lucy and her friend?
Lucy,
Where are they?
Cafeteria.
In a cafeteria, yes, maybe in a restaurant. They are chatting. What's in her hand?
Table.
A tablet.
Table.
Uh-huh. What are they drinking?
coffee,
Coffee. What is he doing with the headphones?
Listen to music.
Listen to music. Okay. So you see, where are they? What are they drinking? What are they doing? Who is she?
Music.
Hugo's friends,
Hugo's friend. And who is he? What's his name?
Lucy's,
Yes, Lucy's what?
Lucy's friends.
Lucy's
No
friend.
escuché tu pregunta.
No, okay. He is Lucy's friend. His name is Hugo. She is Hugo's friend. Her name is Lucy. Okay. Now check about the information we have right here. It says, notice how Hugo shows interest. He repeat the words and ask questions. So when someone is interested in a conversation, maybe he repeats some words, same words, and maybe he asks some questions about the conversation. You need to find examples in the conversation, examples about repeating words or asking questions. Let me play the track for you. This is the conversation. Follow the conversation and listen to the audio, please. Here goes.
Page 28. Lesson D. A songwriter. Really? 1. Conversation strategy. Showing interest. B. Listen. What do you find out about Lucy's friend?
What's that?
It's a painting. I know the artist. She's a friend of mine.
Really? It's great. What's her name?
Carla. I think her work is amazing.
Yeah. Where's she from?
Paris originally.
Paris? Wow. Is she a professional artist?
Yeah, and she's a singer-songwriter.
A songwriter? Really? What are her songs like?
Here, listen.
Interesting. Well, her paintings are good.
Okay. She's a singer songwriter, meaning that her friend sings and writes her songs. Okay, the question is, or the activity is to find examples of repeating words and asking questions in the conversation. Can you tell me where Hugo repeat the words?
What's
his name?
Okay, that's a question. First, where does Hugo repeat words from the conversation? Repeat the words. So he listens to one word and then he repeats the word. Let me show you an example. Where is she from? Paris originally. Ah, Paris. See, he's repeating questions. He's repeating words. Is there another repetition?
A songwriter?
Exactly, right here. A songwriter. Very good. And those are the examples. Now, what are the questions Hugo uses to show interest?
really?
What's her name?
What's her name? Really? Exactly. Really? Right here.
What's her name?
What's her name? Thank you. I didn't see it up to now. Any other question?
Where's she from?
Where is she from?
She is a professional artist.
Is she a professional artist? Yes. Any other question? We have
What
really.
What are her songs like?
What are her songs like? ¿Cómo son sus canciones? Y él dice, interesting. You see the face? Well, her paintings are good. Como diciendo, canta más o menos, pero mejor sus pinturas. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So these are strategies for you to show interest. Interest in a conversation. Repeat the words or say this word really. You can say really and mean many things. Puede decir really y dar a pensar muchas cosas. Really? Or really? Or just really? Or really? That depends on what you want to say, because sometimes you say really and you're being sarcastic. Okay? Let's go ahead. Complete the responses here in the conversation. It says, my friend, you have to use the strategy of repeating words, and then we have the second question. So to practice here or to complete the responses, try to repeat the word just as an example. For example, my friend Rumiko is a singer. A singer? And the next question is related to the topic. Is she in a band? What is the best repetition for number 2? Number 2 says, my best friend's name is Dimitri.
Dimitri.
Exactly. You can say the same word, Dimitri, and then because it's a rare name, es un nombre medio raro, Dimitri, you ask, where's he from? Or your friend, También podríamos preguntar, ¿tu amigo, your friend? Where is he from? Number 3, help me, Fatima. It says, my brother is a writer.
Writer?
Exactly. Writer. Is he famous? Finally, Carolina, it says, my cousins are big baseball fans.
Baseball.
Baseball what?
Fan.
Exactly. Baseball fans, fanáticos de béisbol. What's their favorite team? So, these are some kind of repeating words to make or show interest in a conversation. Now, please, in this case, we are going to practice very, very fast these conversations. I'm going to practice first with someone who wants to participate now, a volunteer. Who wants to volunteer now? Francisco, Fatima, or Carolina? Who wants to go first? Not everybody, only one. Who wants to go first? Oh,
You.
okay, Francisco, thank you. Let's repeat number 1. I am going to be student A, you are going to be student B. Number 1. My friend Rumiko is a singer.
A singer. Is she in a band?
Very good. Now you are going to be student A here, and Fatima is going to help you. 1, 2, 3.
My best friend's name is Dimitri.
Dimitri? Where's he from?
Very good. Fatima, you are in number 3, student A, and Carolina is going to help you. 1, 2, 3.
My brother is a writer.
Writer. Is he famous?
Is he famous? Very good. Now you are student A, Carolina, and I am student B. 1, 2, 3.
My cousin are big Bulls fans.
Baseball fans? What's their favorite team? Very good practice. And remember, this strategy to repeat words and asking questions are to show interest in a conversation. You see here now, let's go to the strategy plus. Really? Number 1. People say really. Can you read this one here, Fatima? Please help me to read this part.
People say really to show they are interested or surprised.
They are interested or surprised. Very good. For example, here, she's a friend of mine. Really? Like I show you right here. Really? Your friend? Okay. Remember this. Really is one of the top 50 words in English vocabulary. And this shows interesting or interested or surprise. Or interest or surprise. In this part of the lesson, you are going to complete the conversations with the correct responses. And then we are going to practice. For example, we have A and B, C and D. They are being to be located in these blank spaces. For example, number 1, what's your name? Jack. What is the correct next sentence?
Really?
My brother name is Jack.
Very good. Write it down. I have problems with my computer here. But yes, it's letter C. Really, my brother's name's Jack. What about number 2? It says, where are you from? San Diego.
Really? I'm from Los Angeles.
Exactly. Number 3. What's your teacher's like? Oh, she's fun and she plays tennis.
Really? Is she good?
Exactly. Really? Is she good? Number 4. Who's your best friend? Her name's Jill. She's a friend from high school.
Really? What's she like?
Exactly. Please write it down. So I'm just going to write the letter C, San Diego, letter A. That's the answer. For number 3 is letter B, and finally here letter C. No, letter D. So let's practice this conversation very fast. Let's do the same drill we did with the last exercise. I am going to be student A, and Francisco is going to be student B. Okay, Francisco, can you help me?
Yes.
Okay, in this case, you are going to be Jack. Okay, what's your name?
Jack.
Really? My brother's name is Jack. Now you and Fatima. 1, 2, 3, go.
Where are you from?
San Diego.
Really? I'm from Los Angeles.
Very good. Fatima and Carolina, number 3. 1, 2, 3, go.
What's your teacher like?
Oh, she's fun. And she plays tennis.
Very good.
Really? Really? Is she good?
Very good exercise. Now Carolina and me.
Who's your best friend?
Her name's Jill. She's a friend from high school. Can you listen to me? ¿Sí me escuchan?
Yes, teacher.
Ah, okay. Oh, yeah. Her name is Jill. She's a friend from high school. Letter D. Carolina?
Really? What's she like?
That's right. Okay, in part 3. Thank you. Good exercise. Very good, guys. Good job. Here we are going to listen to a track, and we are going to listen 4 people talking about people they know, and we need to complete the chart. Someone is going to talk about Jane. Jane is a neighbor. Then he or she is going to say what is he or she like and how old is she. So we need to complete the chart here with the information. The information is going to be in the track. Let's do number 1, we all together, okay? I'm going to play the track, and you have to be careful to listen the information.
Page 29. 3. Listening and strategies. Friends. A and B. Listen to 4 people talk about people they know. 1. Jane.
Who's that? It's a great picture.
Oh, it's my neighbor, Tip. Actually, his real name is Tom, but everyone calls him Tip.
Really? Huh. Is he nice?
Yeah, he is. He's fun. And he's my age, 18.
18? Really? Is he a student?
Yeah, he's an art student.
Okay, did you hear the information? She says she's Tim. Everybody calls him Tim. He is her age and he is fun. Let me repeat the information again so you can hear it.
Jane.
Who's that? It's a great picture.
Oh, it's my neighbor, Tip. Actually, his real name is Tom,
Tom.
but everyone calls him Tip.
Really? Huh. Is he nice?
Yeah, he is. He's fun. And he's my age, 18.
18? Really? Is he a student?
Yeah, he's an art student.
Okay, now let's go for Lucas. Lucas is going to talk about a person.
2. Lucas.
Who's your best friend?
Her name's Julie.
Yeah? Is she a friend from school?
Actually, she's my cousin.
Your cousin? Really? Where's she from? Is she from around here?
Yeah, she's from here. She's really interesting. She's a songwriter.
Wow. Is she our age?
Yeah. Well, she's 24.
Okay, who is it? Lucas is talking about a person. Who is it? Remember?
Cousin.
A cousin.
Cousin.
Man or a woman?
Man.
Really? Okay. What's he or she like? Let's listen again.
Julie.
Songwriter.
Yeah? Is she a friend from school?
Actually, she's my cousin.
Cousin.
Your cousin?
She.
Really? Where's she from? Is she from around here?
Yeah, she's from here. She's really interesting.
Number 2. Interesting. She's interesting. That's number 2. And how old is she?
Lucas es ella entonces.
No. Lucas. In this case, yes, Lucas is the name for a woman also. Didn't know. No sabía que fuera nombre de mujer también. Lucas is talking about a person. Well, in this case, Lucas is the man talking. Lucas es el hombre que está hablando. Vamos a escuchar otra vez para que veas. Para que escuchemos.
Who's your best friend?
Her name's Julie.
This is Lucas, el que dijo, her name is Julie. ¿Sí?
Yeah? Is she a friend from school?
Actually, she's my cousin.
Cousin.
Your cousin? Really? Where's she from? Is she from around here?
Yeah, she's from here. She's really interesting. She's a songwriter.
How old is her cousin? Do you remember qué edad tenía su prima?
24.
Wow. Is she our age?
Yeah. Well, she's 24.
Very good, Francisco. Now, Lisa is going to talk about someone else. Va a hablar de alguien más. Here goes the track.
Sure, ¿cómo? Es que no escucho muy bien, pero le hace una pregunta de la edad.
Ajá.
¿Pregunta?
Le pregunta, ¿is she our age? No le pregunta, how old is she? Le pregunta, ¿is she our age? ¿Es ella de nuestra edad? Así se traduce esta. Si quieres, anótenla. Is she our age? Is he our age? If we have more people, we say, are they our age? So in this case, it's another way to ask for the age of a person. It's another way. Thank you, Fatima. That's a good observation. Very good observation. Are you ready for number 3? Give me a thumbs up, please. If you're ready for track number 3. Thank you. Here goes.
My sister and I are really good friends.
Really? That's nice. Is she a student too?
Actually, no. She's 28. She's my older sister. She's a teacher.
A teacher? Really? What's her name?
Melissa. She's really nice, but she's shy.
Okay. Who is it? Her sister. What is she like?
Nice and shy.
Exactly. Very good, Fatima. How old is she?
28.
28. Okay, let's repeat that. I don't remember the age.
28.
She's a teacher.
A teacher? Really? What's her name?
Melissa. She's really nice, but she's shy.
Wow. Is she our age?
3. Lisa.
My sister and I are really good friends.
Really? That's nice. Is she a student too?
Actually, no. She's 28. She's my older sister.
Very good, Fatima. Yes, she's 28, older sister, nice and shy. Let's go for number 3 about Patrick.
He's shy.
4. Patrick.
Carlos and I are good friends.
Carlos? Really? Carlos from our class?
Yeah,
He's really smart.
yeah, he is. You know, he's 45.
45? Really? Wow, he looks 30.
You know, he's a big soccer fan.
Okay, what about Patrick? Who is he talking about? Who is it?
Friends.
A friend. Very good. He's talking about a friend. And what's he like?
Smart.
Smart or intelligent? Yes. And what about his age? Yes. Do you remember the age?
Is. You know, he's 45.
45? Really? Wow, he looks 30.
He's
You know,
45.
he's a big soccer fan.
Okay, we have the information here. Now we have to listen again and choose the best way to respond the speaker's comments to show interest. Yes, Francisco.
Teacher, voy a tener que desconectarme, es que tengo unas cosas que hacer de la universidad.
Oh yes, it's 6 p.m. We are, well, practically we finished the unit. I will send you the link for the exam next Monday, okay?
No exam.
No exam? Oh, sorry. Yes, it's going to be an exam. Please work in the workbook, practice, because I have to review your workbook, okay?
Okay.
No, please.
Yes, you have to show me you working. Okay, let's stop right here. Remember what we saw? We saw really for an strategy, information questions, and numbers to talk about age and the verb be. So we see you guys. I see you guys on Monday. We see together on Monday. I don't know if you have any more questions to ask, so we can say goodbye now because Francisco is leaving.